are the homogeneous mixture of two or more pure substances. We know this thing. So this homogeneous word is important here. So this is very simple. Now when here true solutions. What are these true solutions? True solutions are the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances, the composition of which is not fixed and may be varied within certain limits. So the true solutions in which the composition is not fixed. This is again a very simple thing to understand. Then saturated solution. Saturated solution is nothing but maximum amount of solute dissolved in given amount of a solvent at a given temperature. So if you take 20 to 30 ml of water and if you go on adding some salt into that, so what will happen if you go on adding this salt here into the water? Initially the whole amount of salt will get dissolved and a point will reach when there will be no further addition. These are called as a saturated solution. Okay, so here the next we can go. Now there are, you can see, so this is the chart in front of you. Here this is the solvent, this is the phase for the solvent, this is solute and the solution. Now if you look at this carefully, when this is solvent, it is in solid phase, solute is also in solid phase. The physical state of this solution will be decided by the physical state of the solvent here. Means if solvent it is in solid phase, the physical state of solution would be again a solid. Solvent here it is a solid, and if solute is liquid, here the solution should be solid, and so on. So this solid, gas, solid. So this table is given in your textbook also. Interested in the solvents like liquid, liquid and liquid, that is ethanol, ethyl alcohol in water or gasoline. So this is of much importance, liquid, 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 where the solvent appears in liquid phase, solute is again a liquid, and solution obviously will be in liquid phase. So this is about the example of this is ethyl alcohol in water or gasoline. Gasoline means what? Gasoline is nothing but a petrol. Next is liquid, gas, liquid, that is oxygen in water or carbon dioxide in water. Then you can see this. I did not have to explain. You are having the textbooks with you. You just go through this and just find out the solvent, solid and gas and the solution phase. So chloroform in nitrogen, so volatile liquid as a solute. Then solvent, if it is a gas, solute can be a gas also, and the solution would be again in a gaseous phase. The best example is air. Solvent. This column expresses the physical state of solute. This expresses the physical state of solution. Now the common thing you can find out that if the solvent is in solid, the solution will be solid. If the solvent it is in solid, then solid. If the solvent it is in liquid phase, it would be liquid solution. If the solvent it is in gaseous phase, this will be again a gas. So that is the only thing that you should understand. So remaining you can read out from the textbook also, and you can get the things clear. So now the next, that is factors affecting solubility. So the solubility of the solute in solvent is very, very, very important thing. So here what did I write here? Nature of solute and solvent. Now you know that is like dissolves like. That is polar solvent and non-polar solvent. So what are these polar solvents and non-polar solvents? Now pole means positive pole and the negative pole. So when we say polar means the is to form the dipoles. Dipole means positive pole and the negative pole. Now here you can see this is H plus means the positive end and this is the negative end. So this hydrochloric acid is a polar one. Water you can see here H plus O minus H plus. So this is again a polar solvent. Whereas this ethanol, here it can form O minus and H plus, but this entity, that is CH3CH2, this is not a polar one because this is the part of the alkyl group and which is a hydrocarbon. So the hydrocarbons are non-polar in nature. Solvents are those which forms the dipoles. Dipole means what? Positive and negative ends. The example of the non-polar compound. What is this? This is called as, name of this compound of the solvent is carbon tetrachloride. You can see here carbon and 4 chlorine atoms are attached to this. Now this, as we know that this chlorine is an electronegative atom, isn't it? So this, the bond between this carbon and chlorine, this will be shifted somewhat towards chlorine and which produces the negative charge on this chlorine atom. Okay. Same is with this also, this is also, and this also. So this bond between this, all the 4 chlorine atoms and the only carbon which is in the center, this is pulled by all the chlorine. The difficulty in creating the 2 poles, no positive charge on this carbon, though I have shown here Cl minus, just to indicate that this chlorine is an electronegative in the non-polar nature of the compound. Remember, so polar are those is to form the dipoles, those are called as the polar. Which is at the center, it is pulled by all the 4 chlorine atoms. Difficulty in creating the positive charge on carbon. हा polar केव्हा होईल की जिथे या कार्बन वरती positive charge येईल, असं होत नाही इथे. That is why there is a difficulty in creating the dipoles. 2 पोल तयार व्हायला इथं difficulty येते कारण हे जास्त सगळे सारख्या ताकदवाले लोक याच्या आजूबाजूला गोळा झाले आहेत त्याच्यामुळे. कळलं? So that gives the non-polar nature to the compound, that is carbon tetrachloride. Okay, now we'll go to this next example, that is CHCl3, that is chloroform. आता इथं या दोघांच्या मध्ये एक हायड्रोजन आलाय. One of the chlorine from this compound, it is replaced by hydrogen atom. So what will happen? This 3 chlorine atoms, they will pull this bond towards themselves. म्हणजे ही जी इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर असते ती स्वतःकडे ओढायचा प्रयत्न करतात. But in the electron pair which is in between this carbon and hydrogen, this would not be pulled by this hydrogen atom which is shown here. So that creates some polarity or positive charge or partial positive charge on this carbon atom, and it gives a little bit polarity to this molecule which is called as a semipolar. म्हणजे हा नॉन पोलर आहे, पण एक क्लोरीन जर तुम्ही हायड्रोजनने रिप्लेस केला तर तुमचा जो कंपाऊंड नॉन पोलर होता तो सेमी पोलर होतो, म्हणजे थोडीशी त्याची पोलॅरिटी वाढते असा त्याचा अर्थ आहे. ओके, बट इट वुड नॉट बी ॲज ग्रेट ॲज इट इज शोन बाय हायड्रोक्लोरिक ऍसिड. म्हणजे H प्लस आणि Cl मायनस हे जेवढे पोलार असेल तेवढा याची पोलॅरिटी नसणार आहे, लक्षात घ्या. ओके, सो this is about the polar and non-polar compound. So this is very important concept if you study the solution chapters. Polarity and non-polarity कळलीच पाहिजे, त्याच्याशिवाय सोप्या भाषेत जर समजून घ्यायचं असेल तर you always remember each to form dipoles are polar molecules. Solvents असतील, those will be allowed to get dissolved the polar solutes. आणि नॉन पोलार मध्ये नॉन पोलार डिझॉल्व्ह होतात. लॅब मध्ये वापरता बघा Br2 in CCl4. Okay, so carbon tetrachloride, if you mix it with water, दोघांच्या पोलॅरिटी मध्ये खूप फरक आहे. कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड, this is carbon tetrachloride, I just explained. This is non-polar one. If you mix it with water molecule, हा जो इथं water दाखवलाय मी, it won't be miscible due to the difference between these two. तसंच या वॉटर मध्ये जर तुम्ही डायइथाइल इथर जर ऍड केलं C2H5O C2H5, that would not be again miscible with water due to the difference between their polarities. So this polar word is very important here. Whereas if you mix benzene and hexane, both are non-polar. Hydrocarbon जे असतात ते सगळेच्या सगळे non-polars आहेत. So benzene and hexane, those would be easily miscible with one another. They are not reacting together, remember. तिथं reaction जर झाली तर त्याला आपण solution म्हणत नाही. There should not be reaction. जो काही solid आणि solvent असेल, they just get dissolved into one another with some attractive forces between solid solvent and all. तिथे chemical reaction expected nahi hai. If they react together, it can't be called as a solution. Temperature. What is the effect of temperature on solubility? Obviously, we know that if you increase the temperature of the system, the solubility increases. This Le-Chatelier principle, which states that when a system at equilibrium, it is subjected to a change. It is subject to a change in any of the factors. कुठले factors system चे change होऊ शकतात? T means temperature, P means pressure, and C means concentration. Okay. So determining the equilibrium conditions of a system. हे तीनच गोष्टी equilibrium condition decide करतात system च्या. So the system will respond in a such a way as to minimize the effect of change. लक्षात घ्या. When a system at equilibrium, म्हणजे equilibrium ला ती reach झालेली आहे. Now I hope you understood what is equilibrium. We talked a lot about thermodynamic equilibrium when I taught you thermodynamics. So in that case, many a times I use the word equilibrium. So if the system is reached at equilibrium, means when it appears to be stopped, when the reaction appears to be stopped, that is called as the equilibrium. So if you change some of the parameters or some of the factors like temperature, pressure, or concentration, so the system will respond in a way that to minimize the effect of change. We resist to the change. This is human tendency. This is natural tendency of the human, and this is about the nature also. And the same applies with the chemistry also. So system will respond in a such a way as to minimize the effect of change. So this is given in your textbook. This is the Le-Chatelier principle. So further, we'll move further. So this is related to the solubility. So we are talking about the solubility. So this is the graph. I just copied it from the textbook itself. This is given in your textbook. So solubilities of NaBr, that is sodium bromide, sodium chloride, and KCl, that is potassium chloride, changes slightly with the temperature. You can see here. This is the graph between the temperature and the solubility. 100 gram water मध्ये per gram किती dissolve होता है. Slightly with the temperature. Now solubility of KNO3, NaNO3, and KBr increase appreciably. Now where are these? This is KNO3. बघा किती जास्त त्याची solubility झाली आहे. 250 ग्रॅम 250 ग्रॅम सोल्यूट 100 ग्रॅम मध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह होत आहे. तसाच तुमचा NaNO3 आणि KBr. So these are the solutes which dissolves appreciably with increase in the temperature. हे बघा हे इथं दिसतंय तुम्हाला. This is KNO3, this is NaNO3, and this is KBr. Okay. Now for this Na2SO4, this is something different, which the sodium sulfate. Na2SO4 means what? This is sodium sulfate. Solubility of Na2SO4 decreases with increase of temperature. This is very unique about this sodium sulfate. म्हणजे काय होतं की एका सर्टन टेम्परेचर पर्यंत त्याची सोल्युबिलिटी वाढते, पण आफ्टर रिचिंग सम टेम्परेचर, सम व्हॅल्यू फॉर द टेम्परेचर, इफ यू इन्क्रीज फर्दर मोर, इट्स सोल्युबिलिटी विल डिक्रीज. म्हणजे सोडियम सल्फेट विल स्टार्ट क्रिस्टलायझिंग आउट. त्याचे क्रिस्टल बाहेर पडायला लागतील. असं होतं जेव्हा तुम्ही खूप जास्त हीट करता तेव्हा ते डिझॉल्व्ह व्हायच्या ऐवजी आणखी त्याचे क्रिस्टल बाहेर पडायला लागतात. सो दॅट इज द ऍडव्हर्स इफेक्ट विथ द टेम्परेचर. त्याची वाढायला पाहिजे तर ती solubility कमी होते. So reason for this is that the reaction is exothermic. आधीच जेव्हा तुम्ही सोडियम सल्फेट ऍड करता तेव्हा त्याच्यात हीट इव्हॉल्व होते, आणि आणखी जर तुम्ही त्याचं फर्दर टेम्परेचर इफ इट इज रेज, the solubility decreases and equilibrium will try to shift to the reverse direction. This is given in the 11th standard chemical equilibrium चा जो चॅप्टर तुम्ही शिकलात ना त्याच्यात दिलेला आहे this wording. Okay, so whenever you want to be very clear with the solution chapter, you should understand the chemical equilibrium, which is already taught in 11th standard. Gases in water usually decreases with increase of temperature. When gases are dissolved in water, the gas molecules in liquid phase are condensed. The condensation is an exothermic process. The solubility of gases in water must decrease as temperature is raised. This is quite obvious. गॅसला जर तुम्हाला वॉटरमध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह करायचं असेल तर लो टेम्परेचरलाच त्याची सोल्युबिलिटी चांगली होईल. तुम्ही जर त्याचं टेम्परेचर वाढवलं तर काय होईल, गॅसेस विल ट्राय टू एस्केप फ्रॉम द, so the solubility of gases in water usually decreases with increase of temperature. So this is about the effect of temperature on the solubilities of different solids and gases. Now here I wrote something. This is calcium chloride in water, strong exothermic reaction. Then ammonium nitrate in water, this is endothermic reaction. Similarly, this KNO3, that is potassium nitrate. पोटॅशियम नायट्रेट जर तुम्ही 1 ग्रॅम पोटॅशियम नायट्रेट घेतला आणि 100 ml पाण्यात घातलं ना तर काय, व्हॉट विल यू विल फील द रिएक्शन इज एंडोथर्मिक देअर, म्हणजे तुमचा बीकर गार झालेला असतो. सो सम ऑफ द सॉल्वंट सोल्युट्स व्हेन दे डिझॉल्व इन वॉटर दे विल शो the endothermic reaction, and some of them when they dissolve in water they will show exothermic reaction. म्हणजे काही ठिकाणी हीट इव्हॉल्व होते, काही ठिकाणी हीट ऍब्सॉर्ब होते. Okay, so this is about the effect of temperature on solubility. Now the Henry's law. This is nothing but Henry's law, that is solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of gas over the solution. Up till now we were just talking about the solid and the liquid phase. Okay, we have not talked about the gas. म्हणून हेनरीनी पहिल्यांदा सांगितलं की what is the effect of solubility on solubility in case of gaseous phase. So the solubility of a gas in liquid. So we will be always talking in gas in liquid or liquid in liquid. ह्या दोनच गोष्टी आपण जास्त बघणार आहोत या चॅप्टर मध्ये. So the solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas over the solution. Means solubility, S stands for solubility, it's directly proportional to the pressure. Okay. Now this is also given in the textbook. This is very simple. When pressure is 1 bar, what is this KH? This is proportionality constant. This proportionality sign is just replaced by this KH. Then when its pressure over the solution is 1 bar. So you just remember what is in the Henry's law. This is the direct relation between the solubility and the pressure. If the solubility has to be increased, the pressure should increase. Okay, म्हणजे तुम्ही एखादी कोका कोलाची बॉटल जर ओपन केली तर काय होतं बरं, लगेच त्याच्यातून इफर्वेसन्स बाहेर पडतात. म्हणजे जो डिझॉल्व कार्बन डायऑक्साईड त्याच्यात डिझॉल्व केलेला असतो विथ इन्क्रीज प्रेशर. प्रेशर जेव्हा तुम्ही वाढवतात तेव्हाच तो त्याच्यात डिझॉल्व होतो, लक्षात घ्या. इफ यू रिलीज द प्रेशर इट विल कम आउट इझिली, इमिजिएटली. म्हणजे सोल्युबिलिटी गॅसची केव्हा वाढते, इफ यू इन्क्रीज द प्रेशर, isn't it? So this is what is Henry's law in simple words. Now there are some exceptions. So ammonia, carbon dioxide, they do not obey Henry's law because these gases react with water. So initially while talking or while explaining, I just use this sentence that if they react together, it won't be any longer a solution. त्याला solution नाही म्हणता येईल. अशी reaction जर झाली तर it is not solution at all. So this is the exception. म्हणजे अमोनिया जर तुम्ही वॉटर मध्ये डिझॉल्व केला तर इट विल डिसोसिएट ॲज NH4 प्लस अँड OH मायनस आणि अमोनियम हायड्रॉक्साईड इकडे तयार होतं. कार्बन डायऑक्साईड प्लस वॉटर इट फॉर्म कार्बोनिक ऍसिड. This is carbonic acid, H2CO3. So it means NH3 and CO2, they have higher solubilities than expected by Henry's law. म्हणजे Henry's law चं म्हणणं काय आहे की gases should remain in dissolved state. They should not react with one another. If they react this way, it won't be called as a solution. Remember, illustration of Henry's law. Lower pressure, low solubility. High pressure, high solubility. एवढं लक्षात ठेवा. Henry's law काय सांगतो की कमी प्रेशर असेल तर कमी सोल्युबिलिटी असेल, जास्त प्रेशर असेल तर जास्त सोल्युबिलिटी असेल. ओके, सो आय एक्सप्लेन दिस विथ दिस एक्झाम्पल. मी जे आता बोलले ते की कार्बोनेटेड सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक बॉटल कंटेन्स pressurized mixture of air and CO2. Large amount of CO2 is dissolved due to high partial pressure of CO2. So when the cap is removed, excess of CO2 and water in the sealed bottle escapes. Thus the solubility of CO2 decreases due to decrease in external pressure. So it escapes escapes producing effervescence. कळलं हे? So this is what the Henry's law is. Okay. Now the last thing, this is also, so this oxygen gas, it has tendency to get dissolved in blood. How do it get dissolved? It get just attached with this hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, so this has very low solubility in water, but it has got great solubility in blood. कशामुळे? Because it binds with the oxygen molecule to hemoglobin. तो फक्त bind होतो तिथं, bond तयार करतो. So this is Hb plus 4O2. It forms HbO2.